I think it depends on if you catch Vader at a specific spot. Like if you catch him in an awkward spot, then go after Vader, especially if he bumps into something.
Sure.
But really, I think to get rid of the Palpatine and the
Kylo
Rear
Ren.
Admiral, get rid of all that, because if you get rid of that giant ship, then that giant ship that he sunk all those points into goes down the drain.
Right. Then it's Vader versus the world, and honestly, a non-VI Vader without the ability to really arc dodge is going to have a real tough time. I think that Duhtch really needs to use Rear Admiral Shirano while he's still on the board to its full effect. Because let's be honest, Rear Admiral Shirano is going to die at some point.
Yeah.
Here, this is not going to be your closer. Vader's going to be your closer.
Yeah.
And I honestly think you want to get it to a Vader versus Omega Leader final match, because Vader can dodge Omega Leader, and as good as Omega Leader is, she's 26 points, Vader's 36, and then you've got the time on your side.
Right. Also, Quickdraw is also PS11, which is also going to play into that Vader being out PS'd again.
Right, exactly. I think you've got to kill Tom Arnold's Vader, because he's going to wreck your closing if not. Quickdraw, once his missiles are off, becomes a little bit easier to deal with. It's not as unpredictable, right? Doesn't have as many repositions. But I think definitely Vader for Duhtch is your first target.
Yeah, totally.
That said, Vader taking an interesting maneuver here. Duhtch just screaming in as fast as he can.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, I hope he's not going for a joust here, because he's not going to win that.
If he does, it's going to be a very quick game.
It's going to be a very quick round 4. Maybe I'll get my stuff out of the car.
I mean, I have my box right over there. We can hang out and play some X-Wing.
Hang out and play some X-Wing on stream while we wait for all the other games to complete. Or this could be a feint.
I mean, it could be. He could just take it all to the left there. But the only problem is that Vader, he can boost and still get that target lock on you after doing a 5 straight.
Right. Now, he might be kind of banking on Tom going in quick this round and then being able to block him up.
True.
Next round, or get too close.
True.
For those missiles to really do much.
Because the Rear Admiral does have an engine upgrade.
Yes. And that 4 straight boost can go for a terrifically large distance.
Yes.
And then you force out Tom's Alpha Strike.
And Tom did not go super fast.
Tom didn't go super fast. I think we still have the potential to, even if there's no Alpha Strike, I think we can still. I think that Tom is actually taking steps to prevent that, to be able to still keep the range.
If I was Tom right here, I'd barrel roll him in the other direction.
It looks like they're sticking together, but at the same time, he might know something that we don't.
True. Although
he is the one at the table, after all.
That is very true. I mean, what goes through my head is, if you barrel roll him in the other direction, now you've split your force,
you've got to
and
make
now
a choice.
Exactly. Now it's not just, I'm going to go at him or at them.
Right.
You're going to be like, well, do I go over there or do I go over there?
Yeah. So, where do you think the Duhtch is going to be going here? I feel like Vader's probably going to turn off to the left. He's got to get that lone wolf active. He's got to avoid the joust.
Sure. And avoid the missiles.
Right.
And obviously, Shiranow is just going to go straight for and boost either into him or to the left, probably.
I mean, I would think maybe a boost right if he thinks he can clear the turn in the next round.
Sure.
Is that moves your base forward the maximum amount, and it really gums up those extra turns coming in.
For sure.
I don't know, maybe if he knows that he can block, maybe Vader does come in and tries to get a shot on some of those more defenseless aces up there. This is a very interesting opening engagement. Things could go a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
I think what Duhtch definitely wants to avoid is both of the missiles going off. Both the missiles going off against Rear Admiral here. And for that reason, I mean, he definitely does not want to turn out into the left.
Definitely.
Because getting those missiles chasing you is a recipe for disaster.
And here comes Omega Leader, that bank pilot left here.
Bank pilot left. 3's got the evade banked up with comm relay. Is going to be in range of Vader for a target lock.
Indeed.
Indeed he is, so he's going to take that shiny green range ruler. That's beautiful.
That's my favorite color.
Green like the lasers of freedom.
If only they were free.
I know, right? Read like the $14.99 lasers of freedom. All right, let's take a look. Vader's going ahead.
Whoa.
This is I think that
As he
Tom,
says.
I think that Tom is really banking that he can block here. And for his sake, I do hope he's right. Or Duhtch is really hoping that he can block.
Yeah.
For his sake, I do hope that he's right, because this could turn out very poorly. We could see a dead Vader by the end of this round.
Telling me.
I was just informed by our room that there's been a request for me to make more puns. Puns don't just happen. They don't just they come organically. You can't request a good pun.
No, there's no way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's either you're punny or not.
Exactly. You can't just rattle off this kind of amazing and effortless humor that I am known for without, it just happens in the heat of the moment.
Right.
So we'll see. I can't promise anything.
We'll see if we can get fired up here in a little bit.
Uh-huh. Yeah, fired from my own podcast. Would that be a thing?
Well, Asa, I'd hate to see that. I really would, because I like having you guys down here to stream stuff.
Yeah, don't pretend that you're not sitting in the wings waiting to take my spot.
But what, with Adam?
Yeah.
I'd rather talk with you than Adam.
Ooh. That's a surefire way to get your mic turned off. All right, and here comes the 4 straightforward from Kylo RAC. Let's see a boost. I don't think that's going to be far enough to stop a 1 bank or a 1 straight.
Right. It comes down to, did Tom see the block coming?
It looked to me from where he was going last turn that he was expecting 1.
Right. So he's probably going to do the 1 banks or the 2 banks. He's not going to get off the missiles, though. That's the big thing.
Well, not on Rear Admiral, but he can just waste Vader.
Right, but those are cruise missiles, right?
They are cruise missiles. That's true. He's not going to get a good one.
And here comes the boost from the RAC.
Here comes the boost. I'm thinking my whole time, I guess I was thinking that they were harpoons.
Yeah, I don't think you could fit some harpoons in there.
All right, let's see. That's talking about blocking.
Two bank, 1 straight. 2 straight.
And I believe that is going to be hit.
Yeah.
There is 1 block.
Which means that if Vader turns in,
then he is going to be blocked.
But he doesn't.
Straight indeed, and now I feel like we're probably going to see a boost and a target lock.
More than likely. As Vader does all the time, right?
Here comes a boost, although that does put him in danger of a range 1 Rear Admiral Shirano Palpatine-backed shot.
Yeah.
Which is a problem.
But he does have a nice range 1 on that other Vader.
There's the target lock.
Vader v. Vader.
Here comes range 1 from Darth Vader onto Darth Vader. Let's get the dice cam up and roll some bones. That's, oh, good Lord. Hit,
wow.
Hit, and a crit. Do you burn Palpatine on this, or do you wait to try to get some damage
No,
through?
I keep Palpatine, for defense?
Yeah, for defense.
Yeah, for him. Totally burn it here. You always use Palp on defense unless
sounds
you
like
don't.
he announced a Palpavade.
He did indeed.
So then there's the Palpavade, and he takes, it looks like a hit and a crit onto Vader's shields. Shields down, not as bad as it could be, but definitely not what you want to start the game.
No.
And Quickdraw still hasn't fired yet.
True. But Quickdraw also has an unmodified shot.
I mean, so did Vader.
True.
Sure, he added a crit, but there's still
I guess Tom's dice will decide for us here. And
exactly.
that's
there's some focus blank. And
followed
zilch,
by a whiff.
Yeah.
But he did have the 1 focus result there.
Right.
So
now Tom Arnold pulls in that fire control system target lock onto Quickdraw, though, and is in a good position to sloop and cruise.
And also, he's able to shoot back at Vader
exactly.
if he loses a shield.
So I think Vader just holds his shot. Holds his fire. Here comes Rear Admiral Shirano right into Vader with just a crit and a crit.
Yep.
A nice shot, but nothing really.
And there's at least one
There's
evade.
One evade and 1 shield. Now, if only that Rear Admiral Shirano could have got a Kylo Ren that turn and made that a blinded pilot or a damaged cockpit pilot skill 0.
That would have been huge.
Yeah. From the chat, thank you, Jarek. We really love to be streaming. This is the final round of the Wizard's Chest tournament for Extra Life here at the Wizard's Chest in Denver, Colorado. Chris, more puns coming, I promise. At some point, maybe. Maybe I can't really promise. Ooh, hit and a crit from Omega Leader au natural there at Vader. Vader's got to hope for some really good dice.
Here it comes, down the pipe.
Down the pipe. And blank skis anyways. We're going to juke that one evade away.
Ooh.
Hit and a crit. Would this be a direct hit?
Oh,
Loose stabilizer.
I was holding my breath.
Oh, so was I. But, I mean, Vader is well into Omega Leader kill range. That is not what Duhtch needs right now.
No. Especially since that's his closer.
I know. He's really got to pray at this point that Rear Admiral Shirano just puts some real hurt onto Vader in Quickdraw as soon and as quickly as possible.
You know, before this match started, I think the Alpha Strike list has a little bit of an advantage just because it's just easier to get that off. Mm-hmm. And as you could tell, Tom was using that to his advantage a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Duhtch just went in there for the block, and Tom just avoided the block. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he called it and went around it and just went after Vader.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely think I definitely think that racing in there super quickly might have been a mistake for Duhtch. Racing in against an Alpha Strike can be dangerous if you don't pull that off. But I don't think that Rear Admiral Shirano went quite far enough, or perhaps boosted in the right direction. A boost to the right would have blocked Vader.
Yes, it would have. Or a straight boost would have at least pushed Quickdraw a little further back, too.
Exactly. All right, so we have a pun from the Twitch chat here. Is that some Omega lead poisoning? Beautiful.
Props.
Beautiful. A little slow up there.
It looks like, what is that name that said hi?
Hey, I'm Sergeant East 24. That is Justin.
Oh.
That's our good friend.
Hi, Justin.
Hello, Justin. Sam says hi. I say hi. Thank you for tuning in to the Back to Dial stream. All right. So, Duhtch here in an interesting position. What can he do to keep himself in this fight?
Well, I think he needs to maybe reposition Vader in such a way as to maybe he just needs to disengage Vader.
Right.
And then pull RAC sort of out of the fight, but at the same time you want RAC to still be able to plink damage off of his, Tom's ships. Or else, if he's not getting damage through any of those ships in subsequent turns, he's going to have a difficult time.
I think at this point, Shirano needs to... I sort of disagree on Shirano getting out of the fight. I think he needs to stay in there and cripple Vader and Quickdraw and Omega Leader with some well-placed Kylo Ren crits in order to put himself back ahead while Vader disengages. Because if you PS 0 Vader and Quickdraw with those damaged cockpits, even a 1 health Vader can still arc dodge them.
I feel like it's going to be difficult to do because Racklow is not going to be able to take 2 actions to thus get a more modified shot, which would enable.
That's the thing. That's the power of Racklow is he doesn't need it when he's close because he's got a Palpatine for a guaranteed crit. He's got the focus to crit for another guaranteed crit.
Didn't think about that.
All he's got to do is put that "I'll show you the dark side" onto somebody.
Sure. So what? 2 turn left from Racklow, and then send Vader off into space.
I think so. Yep, I think so. Although he's got to worry about a 3 sloop from Quickdraw and then dropping a cruise missile.
So what? Maybe 2 turn them both at that point.
I think a 2-turn a 2-turn rack and then a 5 straight boost barrel roll from Vader.
Okay.
Just get him going. Maybe
what
rack,
about
maybe that'll get some lone wolf active on Vader.
Sure. What about a 2-turn? Well, let's see. Oh, sure. Now is moving after Vader. That's kind of an issue.
It is. Now, the other thing that Vader could do, also as suggested by one of our listeners in the chat, is move to block, although it looks like Omega Leader has got that facet of things covered with a 3-turn looking to block Shirano and prevent that Kylo Ren.
When the lowest PS is 8.
Yep.
And here's a 1 bank.
Here's a 1 bank. I feel like that might be, that could backfire.
Yeah. And that is a good call to Omega Leader's maneuver, but that is going to allow the 3 sloop maneuver, and here comes some missiles.
Yep. Here comes some missiles. A 2-turn from Tom's Vader is all but guaranteed.
That too.
And another range 1 shot with a focus evade. With a focus in the advanced targeting computer. I'm not sure that that Duhtch's Vader is long for this world. I'm sad to say.
Yeah, so am I. The greatest pilot in the galaxy.
Well, obviously, one of these is the second greatest pilot in the galaxy.
Well, clearly, because one is PS11 and one is PS9.
And one is PS9. Yep. 59 minutes and 30 seconds left in the round here. extra-life.org/participant/Sam-Shepik is your donate link if you want to support the Children's Miracle Network here in Denver, Colorado. We're at $325 of our $350 donation goal. Looking to fill that up by the end of this game, and we might not have that much time.
No. In fact, we have a whole hour.
The whole hour.
But with the way that this game is going,
I'd be over a lot
say
quicker.
Maybe half the time.
Maybe maybe half that. Here's a slow maneuver from Rear Admiral Shirno, looks like perhaps anticipating the block.
Anticipating.
Although, let's see here. Even if Omega Leader had done the block, Shirno could still do the Kylo Ren because of Dauntless.
I have a pun for you.
All right.
Anticipiloting.
Anticipiloting. That doesn't really flow off the tongue
Not really.
quite well.
But that's what he did.
He was a good anticipiloter.
Sure.
I'll show you the dark side onto Vader. What's he searching for here?
I
I don't think it'd be a blinded pilot because you can't prevent that first shot.
So
Pilot skill
PS0
0.
would be the best one.
And the next one you do is a blinded pilot.
Right. And then you do another blinded pilot.
Right. And you blind pilot, and then you blinded pilot. And then by that time you've won, right? Because he's not.
At least you hope, or you've lost.
Right. All right. What crit do we have in there, folks?
Oh, the blinded pilot, it sounds
Got
like.
a blinded pilot in there? All right. Yep. Does look like a blinded pilot.
Indeed.
It's really going to take 2 turns for this to come to fruition, though.
Yes.
Do you think the Duhtch has that time to spare?
Not really. I mean, it depends on Tom's maneuver here, clearly.
That's true. That's true. Although I guess for Duhtch here with the lower pilot skills, I think it's absolute like anything that he puts in there is going to take 2 turns to come to fruition, right?
True.
This is not going to hurt any of these right off
And
the
here
bat.
comes
Now,
a 3-turn.
Right. Now, this is another argument I think for veteran instincts on Vader in this particular list because you really want the highest pilot skill in the game to put those blinded pilots through as soon as you possibly can. Focus evade after that 3-turn for Darth Vader coming in here to put the kill in.
Clearly, you need PS11 to out PS all the other Vaders.
Right. I mean, seriously though, with some of those action bombs nerfed, Vader is a serious threat.
Yeah.
Like he, especially in a Palpatine list, Vader is a serious threat because he no longer fears a cluster mine. Right, he no longer fears that cluster mine from nowhere. He can fly around it, and boy, can he fly around it. All right, here comes some shots. Who are we firing with first?
Who?
Looks like a Quickdraw.
Focus.
Against Darth
he didn't
Vader.
sloop.
He did not. He just did a 2-hard turn.
But that still hurts.
Hit crit. That needs, I think we
I
need
mean,
to
that's
burn
as good as a cruise missile.
I know. I think we need to burn the Palpatine right here, which he does. Poor Palpatine falling off.
As he does.
Well, in that we have with a focus and an evade and a Palpatine here, we have all 4 results that we need.
So he
to
lives
evade
through
that.
this shot. But he had to burn that.
everything.
Yeah.
He had to burn everything. He doesn't have anything left for Vader's advanced targeting computer and focused shot.
I saw him do that in the game previous when I was doing my rounds earlier.
Vader's got to use the Force.
He does it quite well with the Emperor, but he doesn't do it when you're getting like 2 or 3 shots in on him.
That's true. Magic242 says Vader is on the pyre, and I believe he actually is.
Well, this one is, but
This
not
Vader.
not the other one.
Yeah, Duhtch Vader is on the pyre, and there's 4 hits. There's 2 hits, 2 crits, and this Vader can't dodge that. He's going to take a crit at the very least. There's a hit, focus, blank. That's not even close.
Nope.
To what he needed.
That
hit,
Vader
hit, and
has
a crit.
bought the farm.
As a positive, Duhtch Vader has drawn off a lot of fire that could have been going on to Rear Admiral Shirno.
True. And we have a full Rear Admiral.
We do. We do have a full health Rear Admiral who is about to put some hurt into Vader.
I don't know. You might want to take a Omega Leader.
An Omega Leader shot or a Quickdraw shot. Do we have the revenge shot? Do we have the revenge shot from Quickdraw, do you think, or is he out of arc? Would this be a good opportunity
That might be a good opportunity
that?
to hit him. And I hear a TO call, so I
So
shall
Sam
return.
will step away, and while Sam is away, this is time for Asa to play. This is Asa Graphs back to Dial's X-Wing stream here at the X-Wing Extra Life, xwingtralife.org store championships. That's extra-life.org/participant/Sam Shepik. Let's see who we are taking. Who are we taking the shot at? Range 1 at Quickdraw looks like Duhtch might have decided that there's no revenge shot after all. There's a focus to a crit. We've got a ton of damage coming through here. That might have been a really good shot to be able to strip all those shields, which, as we know, you really want to do if you want to keep things going. Just one evade and a focus. All the shields coming off of Quickdraw. And there is, in fact, no arc, no firing arc available for a revenge shot onto Quickdraw. So Duhtch has just pulled out the dream shot on Quickdraw. Strip all those shields. Duhtch fired against Quickdraw right there. Stripped all of his shields off because there is no revenge shot.
All right. I also have a cool prize here with me that was just donated by the Wizard's Chest.
All right.
And it is a Millennium Falcon, an episode 7 Millennium Falcon here.
Oh, why didn't I play? I could have won that.
I mean, me too, right?
No, because you're the TO. You can't win your own prizes.
I mean, I'd just give it to somebody else. So. But it is one of those little metal puzzles that you can bend and twist together. So that is one of our prizes here today.
So Duhtch took an interesting risk there by not firing at the
Omega Leader?
at Darth Vader that he had pilot skill or had blinded, right? That he had dark side. I think he might be saving that, but I think he took a really good opportunistic shot to put some damage on a Quickdraw and get those shields off, and only took 1 damage in return from Omega Leader.
Right. One thinks that maybe he should have, well, he might have been anticipating Quickdraw to do that 3 sloop that we were anticipating him doing.
Indeed,
so maybe that's why he didn't show him the dark side instead of Vader.
Tom definitely called Vader's Duhtch Vader's maneuver right there and really killed him. Although it did take 2 shots to do
D-Vader
so.
and T-Vader.
D-Vader and T-Vader. Duhtch Vader. Now, here's a question from the chat, Sam.
Sure.
From Raven Cat, does Shirano know if he has enough room to 2 right, 1 right boost and stay on the board the following turn? If he wants to maybe juke around Tom's aces and be a little bit squirrely.
I mean, that would probably be the gutsiest thing.
If he can pull it off, I think that's the one to do.
I think that is the one to do.
And here comes the 2 hard right from Omega Leader. Or no, here's the 2 hard left from Omega Leader. Omega Leader really trying to block there. Really trying to
Which
get
is
it.
a logical move
Exactly.
because that's where you think he would go. Because why would he do a 2-turn right and try and boost away from you?
Here comes the target lock. Let's see where Shirno's going.
And he goes.
We're doing a 1 bank to the left.
There's the
Shirno's
block.
still just going real slow.
So Duhtch is not doing the gutsy thing and going to the right.
But he is staying really close, which means that the cruise missiles can't come off effectively because Tom doesn't have room to go quickly.
Right.
And he's also staying in close for the most effective shots that he can get.
Right.
As well as close for Kylo Ren. So all things considered, I think he wants to be behind these aces and force them to turn and expend their actions on getting shots.
Right.
But at the same time, he can't afford to build too much distance because then the cruise missiles are going to off him in 1 round.
Right. This is very true. But At the same time, just to satisfy that person's question that they had or observation, instead of avoiding getting shot at, or as you said, expending their actions to reposition, they are going to be. These are just going to be brutal slug shots.
I think so.
Now.
I think this is going to be a quick game. I mean, we still have 50 minutes left in the round, but I think this is going to be a quick game because there's a lot of attack power on this board that we have already seen from both players,
and some of it hasn't even been expended yet.
Exactly. Exactly. This Imperial Alpha Strike list hasn't used a single one of its Alpha Strikes. Look at this Vader going 4
Gutsy
straight.
maneuver. That might have been too far.
I don't know if he has a shot.
Yeah.
Did Omega Leader block Shiranu so Vader
boy.
doesn't have a shot? And he also doesn't have room to barrel roll to get one.
Nope. That's going to be a close.
That is a really close. That's a really
close call. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And a surprise Vader kill here, or a blind or anything like that, could have really serious ramifications.
Because then if he doesn't shoot this turn, he's not going to shoot the next turn. He's not going to shoot the next turn.
So he's target locking and evading, but I'm not sure if that's enough to avoid. He might be banking that he has a shot. Here comes Quickdraw in. Is that too fast? Does he get blocked?
I think he blocks himself here.
I think he's blocked it. That would have been a beautiful shot, beautiful maneuver. Now, here's the thing. Quickdraw is within kill range, right? No lightweight frame.
Right.
His shields are down. Just pop Quickdraw.
Yeah, I think so.
Although here, let's see, they're checking Archon of Vader here, and this is a real close one. Might be prepared, Sam, to get up and make a judge call.
Might have to here.
But the quick draw looked like they might have decided that Vader is in arc, but he's going to shoot with quick draw first, range 1 against Rear Admiral Shirano.
See them dice. One
Let's see,
hit.
a hit, a blank, and a focus.
And he doesn't have a target lock, does he?
Oh, this is Vader. This is Vader, a hit and a
Okay.
crit. We decided that Vader does have arc. Hit and a crit, 2 shields against Rear Admiral Shiranu. Didn't manage to get that crit through, and only 3 hits. 3 hits against Shirano, now down to 10 hull. No crits. I don't know. I think.
Who do you shoot at? I mean,
I
Vader.
really want to pop. I feel like I really want to pop quick draw at this point.
Get some points.
Get some points. Get cruise missiles off the board.
Yes.
Yep.
Especially considering
we're
this.
hitting quick draw. We're hitting quick draw.
Here we go.
We're gonna palp in a crit. Palp in a crit. Oh, that's
two
not
crits.
He needed just 2 crits there. Because the target lock that he put in was against Vader. And there is an evade.
So 1 crit.
Quite pop it. Just 1 quit. 1 quit. This is Ace's bad mouth sounds stream. What is the crit that we see? Could be major explosion, direct hit.
I mean, his hull went down too. Was it a direct?
It was
was a
indeed
direct hit.
direct
Awesome.
hit. Nice. Duhtch is keeping this surprisingly whole, right? He's taking some of the right maneuvers, right? He's not sort of overextending himself and relying on like trying to run, because that would be an ill-advised maneuver against these aces with cruise missiles.
Especially with Vader and his 5 straight with a boost.
Exactly.
And
You can't outrun these guys. So staying in here, I think, is
Staying in
exactly
tight
what he needs to do.
is where you need to be.
Staying in tight is what he needs to do. He just needs to weather the storm. And just like you're doing with slow rebel ships, like we saw in the very first match of this game, those slower ships need to outslow the fast ones. Right? They've just got to make them have to turn away and reposition so that you get your unfollowed shots. Right, so you get your own things. And dials are going down. Tom's aces are in an interesting position here. Do you think that they just go in to be blocked and try to reposition? There's no anti-pursuit lasers. There's nothing like that. All he loses is a round of firing, and he's ahead already.
Right.
Or you think they start repositioning right now?
I mean, one good strategy you could use is Vader is sort of a buffer between Quickdraw and the Rear Admiral.
Right.
So, I mean, and also Quickdraw has a 1 straight.
That's true.
So Quickdraw is really not in a bad spot. Maybe you just remove the blocker because he's going to get an action from Dauntlessing anyway.
That's true.
So maybe you just let Omega Leader just move out and then let Vader move out and just have Quickdraw do his 1 straight and then just pile in on.
Right.
Sure now with Quickdraw.
Now here's a question for you. If Omega Leader gets a block with a 1 hard turn and Vader takes a K turn, does that give him the range? Does that give him the range for a cruise missile, the range 2?
Sure.
Do you think that could happen, or is it too close?
I think it's too close at
In
this
any
point.
case, here comes a 2 sloop from Omega Leader. Not even trying for that.
Nope. Not even doing anything.
He's getting damage. It's a damage race. I think they both recognize that that's what's going on.
And then we have, what, a 2 bank?
There's a 2 bank, and this will be blocked.
Right. He will shed the stress.
We'll shed the stress and then likely immediately get one again from the Dauntless.
Indeed. And then from there, what, do you Kylo again? No, you don't Kylo because he's already done
Target
that.
lock, quick draw.
For sure.
You got to get him off the board.
He needed
Gotta get
to
some
go
points.
last turn.
And he only has 1 hull left. You just get 3 hits in against him, and that's game. And that's game 4, quick draw.
And what, Vader does probably like a 2 straight and get blocked, and then quick draws right behind him.
Part of me thinks that Vader's going to attempt that K turn, which is not a bad idea.
No, not terrible at all. I wonder, I mean, that or what, a 2 turn to the right, but to just put some distance, but
Right.
I don't know. I mean, if he did the 4K.
I mean, I think Vader, if he's going for cruises, he does want to move out so that he gets some of that distance, right?
Right.
He's got to disengage at some point because the slow game favors Rear Admiral Shirno.
Right.
So he's taking a stress. What is the action that he is doing? If you were in this position, where would you go? Looks like he's just taking a focus.
Where would I go with Rear Admiral? Or
Well, in terms of the action. Now, here's something that we haven't
I
really
see.
considered: is he has engine upgrade. He could boost through Omega Leader.
He very well could have.
Here's a 1 bank from Vader. Duhtch probably wishing he had anti-pursuit lasers.
I think it was probably a better call to not boost through Omega Leader because then Vader can reposition and still
Right.
get shot in on you.
But it's an option to keep in mind if it ever comes up again.
Right.
Something that ever comes up again. Now, Vader moving 1 straight. I think Quick Draw might be bumping again, trying to play the slow game.
More than likely, even if it is a 1 straight, it's going to bump.
And it looks like there was perhaps a 1 straight, and there's a bump. That is not great for Quick Draw. Duhtch has definitely pulled out ahead in this particular positioning battle. He's only taking 1 shot from Quick Draw, a 1 hull Quick Draw,
Right.
which he's likely to pop.
Well, we'll see what
will
happens
see.
with this shot.
Here
'Cause
here comes Quick Draw with
A
only
crit.
1 crit. If it's not blinded pilot, then he's.
but he should have a
it's a
target
direct
lock
hit.
from the previous turn, shouldn't he?
He should pick up the target lock.
Oh my God! Missed opportunity.
Interesting. That is at this point in the game. That is a missed opportunity.
That is a
You're
huge
right.
missed
All right, here
opportunity.
comes a palp in a crit. We focus another one to a crit with Shirno's ability. That's the kill.
It's a dead quick
Even
draw.
with what looked like an evade and a focus there, that's a dead quick draw. That's a lot of damage.
He,
weapons failure, and a damaged engine coming through on the quick draw. A textbook quick draw kill there from Duhtch Cuthbert, dropping his shields in 1 round while he didn't have a revenge shot. That's my problem with quick draw. He's really, really good until he isn't, and all of his shields are gone, and he doesn't get that shot, and there's nothing that you can do about it. And you're like, well, I wish this was Dengar, right?
I mean, he's the only Imperial Dengar you'll ever fly.
I mean, I won't fly him because I suck at quick draw. So
I mean, there are moments where you have Quickdraw and he's between two guys, and I mean, there's certain lists that he's really good against, like anything with TLT. You're just like, oh yeah,
Oh
sure.
yeah, just 1 damage. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I'll take
Here,
that
get
and fire
another
back
shot.
and plink that
Yeah.
sucker. Yeah.
There's lots of TLTs.
Yeah, anything that has a plinky low damage output, Quickdraw is really good against. But unfortunately, plinky low damage output isn't really where we are right now. It's
Nope.
much more like Tom Arnold's Imperial Alpha Strikes. Now, with that said, Tom does have the time advantage here. He's down to half on Shirano. Omega Leader does a 1 forward bump or a 1 hard turn probably for the bump.
Well, if he did the one
moving
hard,
2 straight right through him to clear the stress.
he had to have done it 2 straight, because if he did the 1 turn, he wouldn't clear the stress.
Now, he could have... now, Shirano could have 2 banked through there, try to
True.
get behind Vader. Now, you think Vader's moving quickly, getting around there with a 3 bank, something like that?
I really would have tried to move quicker with Omega Leader to clear the space for
Right, to clear the
Vader.
space for Vader so he could at least like 1 bank in without
Exactly.
a block, right? Without
Because now
self-bumping.
he's blocking himself if he does that
Yes.
1 bank. And that was he's probably kicking himself in the face right now.
Yeah, so here's an interesting question from the chat. CMDE says that the quick draw player, Tom Arnold, has blocked himself with Omega Leader a whole game since the Vader's kill. What do you think about that? Do you think that some of what Omega Leader has been doing has been forcing Tom into the slow game and actually causing a net negative?
I would argue yes, because he has kept the Rear Admiral closer, which
Right.
is what
We do, in fact, got a game here coming in from there, and there's, in fact, Vader being blocked. Vader being blocked by his own Omega Leader. And I really think what Command E is saying right here is true, even though we have just a hit, 2 focuses, and a crit. Just a hit crit coming through, and Rear Admiral Shirano again once a blinded pilot. Major hull breach. Everything's face up, so that's not good for Shirano, but he's coming back in with a range 1 shot against a tokenless Vader. This could decide the game right here.
yes, it could. And this might not be good.
And he's going to blind him too,
Ho, 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 ho.
because this crit's probably going to go through.
If you don't make the cut, then there's Hunger Games, which you should sign up for. Steven Sherry's running a Hunger Games.
No.
No, you can't call
cannot.
a pop on a target lock, because that is not rolling dice.
cannot
That is
do that.
re-rolling dice.
Correct.
Yep.
I'll get Steven to post the rules on Facebook.
Lightweight frame is an exception because
Yep.
you are rolling a second dice. You are not
Light-
re-rolling
lightweight
any die.
is the
any
only
dice.
one. Yep.
So there's just a target lock there. That's a good call because we focus.
He got
another
it
one
anyway.
yeah, he got it anyway. Yep. There's another crit. And there's Rear Admiral Shirano. 2 hits, 2 crits. One of those is going through. Vader only dodges 1, so a hit, a blinded pilot, and a
no.
second as yet unknown crit is going through.
Oh boy. Better not be director. Better
not
We're
be
gonna
direct
be...
hit. Major explosion.
Oh no.
This could be bad. I'm going to stop talking right now.
There it is. There goes Vader.
Is that a hit? I can't tell from up
It
here.
is a
Yep,
hit.
that's a hit. The major explosion goes off and kills Vader. Folks, we have a really, really, really good game because Omega Leader can still kill
I mean,
Rear Admiral Shirano
Omega Leader.
eventually.
Omega Leader can do this.
Omega Leader can do this 100%. It'll take a little while, but they have 37 minutes left.
Yep.
Right?
They have
so
all the time.
although Duhtch Vader is still winning on time, Omega Leader is the best closer. Right? The best closer in the game.
Right.
Against something with 0 agility, you don't have to worry about
No.
the
Your
paltry
comm relay.
right, spending your comm relay. You don't have to worry about spending your target lock in some cases,
Right.
and yeah, no, it can take a little bit, but Omega Leader has 37 minutes to do this, 36 minutes now, and here comes a 2 sloop because Tom Arnold can't use Palpatine, he can't use Shirano's ability, can't even target with the only action that's useful for Tom Arnold is Kylo. He can hope for a lucky blinded pilot in there somewhere.
Right.
Or just running.
Very much so.
Or just running. So,
Well, and a focus might almost be better for Omega Leader in this situation. than a
well,
brain token.
like to use against Omega Leader?
No, I mean,
Omega Leader obviously is going to focus at some point.
Right.
He's
Because-
just got to turn around first.
then he'll be able to spend it on offense or defense because he doesn't need that juke at all.
Right, that's true. He doesn't need that juke. I mean, he retains that. He retains that evade for sure. And you still got to worry about some natural hits. So none of these guys are out of the game. Duhtch is certainly ahead, but Tom Arnold, he only has 6 hit points to chew through, right? That's 3 rounds. That's 3 rounds of
can do
Omega
it.
Leader.
He can do it.
He can absolutely do this. This is still one hell of a game. From what I thought was a very one-sided first engagement,
It has turned around.
it has turned around into a really exciting close.
Yes.
All right, we have a judge question. Sam, if you wouldn't mind popping right into that table and seeing what we've got. They're looking at the crit order, whether the blinded pilot doesn't look like they correctly pulled the blinded pilot off of the deck, or for the I'll show you the dark side on Vader, and then just talking about which order that they would have put the crits on. I'll be able to get back to you folks in just a moment as soon as Sam determines exactly what to play here. The question something about the conditions. I can't really tell from the table chatter.
Facebook message, Fergie said to give you the battle earlier. Right about that. If you get it happen. I didn't get to in my
Kind of doing like blue and white is like for our 3D print stuff.
Okay.
Rear Admiral Shirno is showing Tom Arnold's Omega Leader the dark side, and Shirno firing into Omega Leader, probably trying to find an extra blinded pilot. What do we got there, Sam? What's happening?
Okay, so they forgot to assign the blinded pilot to the ship.
They have here real quick. There is a yes. So Palp attempted to Palp crit onto Omega Leader, but could not because he's on the same ship that Omega Leader has locked.
Oh,
There's
right.
some interesting rules interactions in this game for
Yes,
sure.
there are definitely.
So what was happening over there? What was their question?
So they just forgot to assign that that blinded pilot.
I see.
crit when they killed Vader, because that should have been the first crit to be assigned right through the shields.
Right.
But they forgot to do that, so the conditioned cart just got essentially removed from there. So
I see.
He reassigned it onto Omega Leader, and that card was still
The card was
attached.
still there.
Yes.
All right. So it looks like only one crit comes through at range 3 against Omega Leader. After all that, I do see at least one evade. So no damage through there, and here's Omega Leader's revenge shot, also at range 3.
And he gets 1 dice.
He gets 1 die. Look at that. There's 2 hits.
But it's
That's
not
2
going to
hits.
matter.
Yeah, it's 2 hits gonna go through, plus the juke, and they're both face up because
Right.
of the major hull breach.
Oh, he got major hull breach? I did not see that.
We have a direct hit and a thrust control fire. Duhtch really needs to get that major hull breach down. He only
Yeah.
has 3 hull left. With a direct hit, he's in kill range.
I think what he needs to do is get out of range and start healing those crits.
Yep,
But
I definitely think
that's
so.
That
gonna be a
really
tall
hampered
order.
him. Yeah, because he got that stress. That's really
Yeah.
going to hamper him.
He does have
Very
the engine
much.
upgrade, but he
Very
can't
much
use
so.
it if he wants to heal those crits.
Right.
You've got to pay your action.
This is where push the limit would come in handy.
Push the limit decimator. With those greens. The only time I've seen that successful was my own in the 2014 regionals, I think.
Back when
No, but it would in 2015 regionals when I did an Nissan Isard push the limit engine upgrade.
oh
decimator.
god, I mean that kind of makes
Pushing
up
off
for
of
it.
a San in the combat phase.
Right. Yeah, that'd be
To
really
boost
cool.
things like that.
Yeah, do really janky things. I remember that. Didn't you fly that at like the Star Wars too?
I've lost something like that.
Okay.
I think that was one of my lists for the Star Wars Hangar Bay. But I can't remember exactly. Oh, yeah, Adam is reminding me of the time that I flew my decimator off the board. I didn't need to be reminded of the time that I flew my decimator off the board. And
now,
I'm really
who's going to be fired now?
apparently me. All right, is he gonna boost, try to get out of range here, or clear some of these crits? I think he's really got to clear these crits.
Ooh, that's a close range
He's
there.
flipping the major hull breach. This is an
Yep.
action to flip this card.
Action to flip.
And this is exactly what we were talking about. Omega Leader seems to be on the verge of being able to pull this out against the Decimator.
I mean, it's 3 hull versus a shield and 3 hull. So.
Right. And
it's out of
shots that are
range.
able to be modified versus shots that aren't.
Exactly.
Right?
Modified shots are much more effective.
Exactly. It's the only thing that can really take down something like Omega Leader.
Right.
You don't even have your Palpatine to do. Palpatine is neutered by a 26-point ship.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Omega Leader has seen many unmodified shots kill it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean,
that's what kills Omega Leader is
me-
the unmodified shots.
Me personally, I have not flown my Omega Leader into those shots, but I've seen plenty of people do it.
All right, here comes the ranged 3 shot from Rear Admiral Shirnu. Looks like they decided that one was just barely in range, and now they're deciding on obstruction.
Oh, Tom.
Now you're an arc, they say.
Oh, my God.
Judge. Oh, we're good.
Oh, Tom.
For the extra life stream here, let's see if we've popped in that last $25.
It does
Still
not
at
look like it.
$325. We probably only have another 5-10 minutes left in order to get that. In order to get our $350 fundraising goal.
To be honest, though, you can still donate even after this tournament is
That's
over.
true.
I will not, and I'm pretty sure Extra Life will not shy away from an extra $25 with all
Just
the
like
extra
that, yep.
incentives.
Look, there is a 1 hit, 2 evades, nothing happening there. Shirna needs to get close. in order
Again.
to have, and he needs to get close. It's interesting the way that ebb and flow happens. You have the times where you really need to get close, the times when you need to back away and get some distance, and recognizing those moments, I think, is what separates the men from the boys.
I would agree. Mm-hmm. And you just need to make some milkshakes, get those boys over there, and then teach them how to play some real
Put them
X-Wing.
in your Imperial yard.
Yeah, the construction yard,
Definitely
right?
put them in the construction yard.
Throw them in some fresh fighters that are just off that Imperial assembly line as Omega Leader rockets forward with a 5 straight.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they say, I really want to go home and see my family.
There's some...
Please, sir.
May I not have another?
Yep. All right, here comes a 2-hard turn from Rear Admiral Shirno to match that. Perhaps a boost in,
If he can...
if he can clear that rock.
I think the boost would go over the rock, actually.
Let's get because an action's not going to really matter. He just needs to get close to have more dice.
True. I guess he could try and flip over another crit if any of those crits are flippable.
Or, in fact, really damaging. If he's got something like a... maybe it's just like a console fire.
Yeah, do whatever. I mean, at this point...
I don't know. I can't remember exactly what he's got. I know one of those is a direct hit, but
Yeah.
then the other one, I'm not 100%
yeah,
sure.
I'm not 100% either. But
There's
doesn't
some
doesn't
Atom
look like...
head of the Atom.
I mean, also the double-edged sword of giving Omega Leader 3 dice.
Exactly. So you really have to make sure that that damage goes through, right? It's a luck of the draw. I mean, I definitely think that Shirano, like his ideal is to use that engine upgrade to arc dodge, right? But he has to kind of be closer in order to do that,
Right.
Because you can't. It's really tough
Oh,
to
here comes the
dodge
boost.
a large arc. Here comes the boost.
And look at that.
He's getting around that rock.
Wow.
He's going to get the range
That
one.
was pretty
We
gutsy.
could see the end of the game here, folks, on either side with a range 1 shot from Shirano, a range 1 shot from Omega Leader. And Omega Leader, of course, can burn that target lock.
Well, here's the thing, though. You need that crit to go through.
That's true. Because if Omega Leader is blinded, then you don't.
And then the game is afoot yet again.
This is Darth Duhtch's dice. Need to really come through with him in a major way right
they
here.
need to roll all crits.
All crit. I mean, they just need to have 1 crit and as many hits as you want.
Not all crits. You know me.
All crits. Here
you
we
know
go.
my dice.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. One hit. That's not what he needs.
That's not going to cut
That's
it.
not what he needs. And there is even spending the evade token
Good call.
for no damage in through there. And I honestly, I think this might be it. We have a target lock focused shot
Yep.
from Omega
I
Leader
think
range
this is
1.
going to be it right here.
Spend the
And
focus
there's
for
the
3
three
paint.
hits.
And that is the game. After a really, really exciting game with a lot of ups and downs, really. I think
Indeed.
it swung back and then forth.